Hi and welcome to another YouTube video. In today's video I want to show you this magical witch hat that I've built. I'm just so happy at the moment to be here to make a video again, to make a voiceover again, and to just show you what I've built because I've missed this. I've been so busy. I have been gone for a little while. I don't know if you noticed, but now I'm back and I'm so happy. But before I get into why I was gone, I quickly want to tell you that this build I made with the hashtag SunnyNovember shell, which is my shell challenge that I'm currently hosting, where the deadline is the 3rd of December. So even though it took me a little while to get my entry to my own shell challenge out there still is a little bit of time left to get into it, or even like quite a good amount of time, I would say. And working with this shell challenge was definitely difficult. There were so many challenges I had to face because there's not really that much space. It's actually quite the small shell, even though it doesn't look like it. And because it's also diagonal, it was very hard to fit a staircase in there. So it's like I'm so interested to see how other people solve that problem, if they just put a ladder or if they kind of worked around that, because especially with a kitchen it works a lot better if you don't put it on the diagonal because of some lighting glitches. So maybe they combined the staircase with some kitchens, I don't know. But what I decided to do was to build a staircase on the exterior. So I have an exterior staircase with an extra balcony. Yeah, I think that worked actually quite well. And the shell in the beginning already had a pond and was on stilts, and that really inspired me to do something magical and something witchy, kind of like swamp inspired. So I wanted the landscaping to look very beautiful, very pretty, lots of flowers, very luscious, just because that is what I like to look at. But I also wanted it to feel kind of swamp-like. So what I did is I extended the ponds. So I added lots of little ponds, some are connected, some are not, and I used the water that also has a bunch of leaves on top of it, and it's kind of has a greenish tint because I thought that fit very well in with the witchy theme that I had going on. In the end, I don't really know if that watercolor choice was the right one, because now it's actually kind of hard to see that there actually is water there because there are so many plants around it and it just looks like more plants on the floor, which is kind of sad. But yeah, in general I really like the color, I really like how it looked. And after a while, after I've done a little bit of landscaping, thankfully not all of it, just like the starting points of a landscaping or of a landscape, but yeah, after a little while what I decided to do was take the entire lot and push it a lot further to the right, because I thought that because it's diagonal, the way that you look immediately in front of the build itself is actually diagonally on the lot. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make the build and the whole lot look good from the actual front, like what you would see on the gallery picture. But I always also wanted to make it look good if you go to the front of the house itself, so actually diagonally on the lot. I hope you know what I'm talking about. I hope it's going to be clearer in a little while when I kind of restructure the landscaping around that and I make two walkways that actually lead up to the staircase that leads you to the front door. It was basically a pain to get the staircase to work also, because I put in so much landscaping after a little while, like so many flowers and stuff, that when I went to playtest this with my sim, that sim just wouldn't go up the staircase, and I pushed around so many different things until I finally figured out that it was just a little bit of grass that was underneath the staircase that prevented her from going up. So I just deleted a lot of the landscaping that was under and around the staircase, and then it worked again, which is very nice to know. But in general it all is functional and play tested, even though I don't think that this build is meant for like gameplay, traditional gameplay. I think this is more of a build to kind of look at, and that was very fun for me to build and not really to play in, just because it's also made with a shell challenge, and this kind of shell and form of the shell was very difficult to work with. So there was not a lot of space, it's not that easily traversable. There wasn't any space for a bathroom with the floor plan that I had initially. So what I did is I added a like kind of separate bathroom in a little wooden hut outside next to the staircase that leads up to the bedroom and the kind of enchanting magic potion room that there's also going to to be within the towers. And because the bathroom is outside and there's no staircase inside the house and stuff, I think this would be very annoying to play in. And also like the next two builds that I'm going to do are also more to look at than to actually play in. So the next one that I'm going to do is going to be the tower from Rapunzel from Tangled. And that is one that I actually meant to do for a while, because I don't know if you recall, but I made a build where I had a staircase made of storybooks, and that led up to a house that was very crooked and had lots of nudges and was kind of tower-like shaped. And on that build, as well as the build that I did before that, which was a very small little castle that I made in the Sylvan Glades secret world, I'm going to link both of those videos. But on both of those videos, a lot of people commented that those builds reminded them of the tower of Rapunzel from Tangled, and that was kind of my style, or if I can build that tower. So I wanted to do that anyways, but in the last week of October, I also made a charity stream, or like a bunch of charity streams actually. But in one of those charity streams, Ripley, who is absolutely lovely in the Twitch chat all the time, but also is an amazing Sims builder and has a YouTube channel that I'm also going to link in the description. There are going to be lots of links there. Also, I made a short about the hashtag Sunny November shell that kind of goes over the rules and stuff, which is going to be linked there as well, so check out the description. But yeah, basically Ripley donated $50 or more to charity, which meant that she got to decide for like a custom build that I make for her, or a custom drawing, and she decided that she would want me to create the tower of Tangled Rapunzel. And so I'm going to do that next, and then afterwards the next build that I'm going to do is going to be a build for the Taskabas shell challenge. So lots of shell challenge builds that I've done lately. So first Lil Simsy, and now my shell challenge, and then Taz's shell challenge. But I'm so excited for all of them and for the Tangled build. But then after I did those two builds as well that are kind of more like challenge focused or recreation focused and not that much build gameplay, I'm going to build a more like base game plus 1 or 2 packs and very gameplay focused build again, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, now I think I owe you a little bit of an explanation to why there wasn't a video of me in such a long time. I'm so incredibly sorry. I was just so busy. So for those of you who don't know, I'm currently working on my bachelor's thesis, and we did a study with lots and lots of people, and our data acquisition was completed, and we had all of those data points, and I needed to analyze them all to kind of get to some conclusions, which I managed to do. And then I was done with that, but then I had to actually start writing, because now I have my date that I need to be finished, which is in the middle of January. And on top of that, I had the Able Gamers charity streams for an entire week, which were so much fun, and we managed to raise $500, which I never expected to. That was actually my final stretch goal that I thought we would never reach, but we managed to reach it. So the next time that you actually see me here doing a voiceover with a face cam, I'm actually going to have purple hair, because that, or like I'm still going to be blonde on top, but in the tip of like ombre kind of purple hair, which I think is going to be a bunch of fun. I hope that I hope it's going to look good, because I never dyed my hair any like particular colors. So yeah, I hope it's going to be good, but I think it's going to be a bunch of fun. I'm going to buy the colors tomorrow, so wish me luck. And then also this shell challenge is part of the milestones that we reached. And then over on Twitch, I'm going to play the 100 baby challenge, and I'm also going to try to beat the Ender Dragon in hardcore Minecraft, and a bunch of fun stuff. So yeah, that was a bunch of fun, but also prevented me from doing a build for YouTube and editing. I hadn't really touched the Sims in my free time in 2 weeks, which hasn't happened in such a long time, because I was writing a lot, I was doing a lot of character designs for a big project that I'm working on, and I was doing the charity streams. So there was not really that much time, but I hope now I can get back to a more regular schedule. And I'm so incredibly happy and thankful that even though I was gone for a while, things up here just went really well there were still new people just finding me and subscribing and leaving kind comments, which I am so thankful for. I hope that you know that. And also we are now so close to reaching 500 followers on Twitch. Not to focus too much on the numbers, but I think those are very exciting numbers. So I'm just happy and I want to celebrate them, because also I'm super close to 1,000 followers over on Twitter, and here on YouTube I only need 500 watch hours more to reach YouTube partner, which would be such a dream to achieve. So if you have a little bit of time or want a background noise, if you could maybe just like, I don't know, watch 2 videos of mine the whole way through today, that would already help me massively to reach that dream and get closer to those 4,000 watch hours that you need to have within a year to apply for YouTube partner. So if you have the time to help me and to just have some of my videos on in the background, that would be massively appreciated, but of course never necessary. Thank you just so much for being here, for watching my video, for every second that you watch or for every like that you give. Those help out massively, and I don't know, so many of you were keeping up the support even though I was gone for 2 weeks. It feels so good, and I feel so loved and supported, and I just want to say thank you. But now let's talk about this build again. So this was a bunch of fun. I made the landscaping and the terrain to be kind of wild, so I had a bunch of fun just going wild with flowers and stuff. And then also I used those debug trees from Cottage Living. There we go, I almost forgot the name there, but yeah, I used those willow trees from Cottage Living. Oh my god, my brain. Yeah, I think they fit in here perfectly. I love the look of them, and whenever I get a chance to use them, I will happily take that chance. So yeah, I used those willow trees and also some others mixed in, and that's basically it for the exterior. Then on the interior, what I did in the kitchen was I deliberately chose to go with black counters and in general a black kitchen, because when you are working with diagonals, there is a very weird lighting glitch that makes the corners of every counter appear very black. That was really bothering me, so I decided to just go with black counters, and so it wasn't really noticeable. And then I just decorated the walls with a bunch of hanging plants and herbs, which I thought gave a very nice effect. Then the dining room is, I think, kind of uneventful, even though I really like it. But then we get again to a bunch of fun when we come next door to the study room or office room, because what I did there is something that I did again in my magical staircase build. Is I took those books from Realm of Magic and I stacked them. I don't know what it is with me and stacking those books over and over again. I kind of seem to be obsessed with it, and I don't know why, but I think it's a bunch of fun to kind of compile them to different piles of books, and it really makes an office seem magical and lived in and worked in. So, and then we go upstairs to the bedroom, and I really like the color scheme of the bedroom because it had those white walls but then beige and yellow and light brown tones throughout the bed and the floor and the wall and everything. And then on one wall of the room I really went wild with a lot of just different paintings and photos and wall decorations. So I basically filled the entire wall. I don't really know why. It was just a bunch of fun to compile them to fill the entire room, and I could have stopped, and maybe I should have stopped, but I just didn't because it was a bunch of fun. And so yeah, I ended up with this crazy wall full of pictures, but then I placed a vanity and a mirror in front of it, which kind of made it seem more intentional, which is kind of good, I would say. And then there is the little enchanting potion room in the tower and that little hut outside where you can go to the bathroom. And yeah, that's basically all there is to say about this build. I hope that you really like the build. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would consider subscribing, you would make me super duper happy, and I hope we'll see each other again.